So here are my 5 tips on how you can do a Joshua Tree luxury vacation for less than $150 a day. A couple weeks ago, my mother and I had the joy of going to Joshua Tree in California for an extended weekend. We spent 4 nights, 3 of which were in Joshua Tree, the town, and the last one was in San Diego before our flight. We did this trip to Joshua Tree on less than $600 per person. So for 4 days, that's under $150 a day for our Airbnb in Joshua Tree, food, the car rental, which was the biggest bust, and entertainment adventures. I didn't include knickknacks we bought on this because my mother likes to buy knickknacks. I only spent about $30 at the Mincing Mockingbird, and that was part of my monthly budget for Joyline. So here's tip 1. Get an Airbnb to reduce food costs, especially if you're going somewhere like Joshua Tree. No offense, Joshua Tree, but a lot of the national parks don't have wonderful 5-star restaurants or even kind of good burger joints, like they just don't near them. So we got an Airbnb and we really only ate out 1 time a day. That's including like stopping at coffee shops and things. We just cooked at home, prepped coffee in the morning. I have a bulletproof coffee every morning that I took with me in my Yeti. So definitely get an Airbnb to reduce costs. I suspect, and I haven't done the math, but by doing that and eating in, we probably saved each at least $30 to $40 a day, right? So like 150 bucks saved by getting an Airbnb. Tip number 2, and I know this is kind of silly, but tip number 2 is to go hiking in Joshua Tree. Now my favorite hike was 49 Palm Tree Oasis. I do think this is a very intermediate hike. It took about 3 hours there and back. I never knew I wanted to see a palm oasis, but once I saw it, I'm like, man, this is pretty cool. Barker Dam is also a big one. I wanted to do Ryan Mountain. It wasn't that difficult, but I went when it was really cold and I got about 3/4 of the way up and I'm like, meh, never mind. But definitely when you're in Joshua Tree, go hiking. And my specific recommendation, which is kind of outside the park and not really normal, is to do 49 Palm Tree Oasis. Sorry, I forgot to mention, I think it's important to mention that I'm a travel hacker, like kind of extreme. So I have like 200,000 Southwest points plus a companion pass, but my mother and I were flying from different places, so she had to use her Southwest points also, but we did both fly for almost free. I spent $12 and $560 plus $560, whatever that is. $11.20. My mother got a senior pass. It's $20 for an entire year, and anyone in the car goes in free. Travel hack, always travel with senior citizens. But anyway, so I was fortunate enough to not have to pay the $15 a day entrance fee or the $80 annual pass yet. I'm probably going to get one for myself. My tip number 3 is to go to the visitor centers for Joshua Tree. There are 3 of them. We went to 2 of them. Go to the visitor centers for Joshua Trees and ask questions. Talk to the rangers. You know, we're fortunate enough in the United States to have this wonderful national park system. And these rangers are experts. I went on one guided ranger hike and I learned all this stuff that I now know about that I never thought I cared about the history of Joshua Tree, the history of the basin. But that's what those people are here for, and part of going to a national park is the experience and exposure not only to slowing down in nature, but also learning about things that in the chaos of daily life you don't. So take advantage of those free resources that are the visitor center, and maybe if you're gonna buy anything, go ahead and purchase something. I did purchase the little national park passports. Afterwards, the guy I've been dating said, "Aren't those for kids?" I'm like, yeah, but it brings me joy. Go to the visitor centers, talk to a ranger, and maybe even consider doing a ranger-led activity. So tip number 4 when you visit Joshua Tree, they have the weirdest stores, like very hipster, bizarre, more avant-garde than I thought they'd be. They have the coolest stores. Just walk around, roam, block out a few hours in an afternoon, maybe after a long hike, and go see. The station is so cool. We ended up not buying anything, but I wanted to buy this like overly priced cactus to take home if it would have fit in my backpack carry-on. But go to the station. There are all these cool hiking stores too, so if you are thinking about getting outdoor wear, maybe wait and go buy in Joshua Tree. I like to buy something that's daily wear from a special place, then I can always connect it with that. I loved, and I did spend $30 Mincing Mockingbird. It was really fun, kind of kitschy gift store. So go there and then go see the world famous crochet museum. Go get yourself some cultures. My favorite restaurant in Joshua Tree was actually not in Joshua Tree. It was in 29 Palms. It was called the Desert Kitchen, and it was super cute. It reminded me of some of the more quaint family-run restaurants in Japan where the two servers are busy, you just never get served until they're free. But I definitely recommend, it's farm to table, it was delicious, and it was kind of a quaint little atmosphere. I got some mocktails there. I think they lost their liquor license. But check it out. It gives you an excuse to drive to a new town. It's about 20 minutes away. Those are my tips, and for all of that, and here you can see some more things that we did, but for all of that fun, national parks are a great way to travel. Airbnbs are a great way to save money on food. If you do it right. And Joshua Tree was it was all I thought it would be and more. I felt like I was in a Dr. Seuss movie. So if you ever want to experience the Lorax in real life, go to Joshua Tree and make sure to follow these 5 tips. Now, if you're interested in life hacking to financial independence or curious about some of my budget travels, make sure to subscribe below so you can check out all that F the Joneses is doing to house hack, travel hack, and side hustle to early retirement.